Hello folks, how's it going? Just going to do a short film review tonight for a film I watched last night called Altered States, 1980. It was alright. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad. Because it was 1980, some of the effects were a bit dodgy, but it was a decent film. It wasn't strictly Lovecraftian, but there was kind of Lovecraftian themes to it, and there was what I would consider some Lovecraftian imagery. But it was a pretty decent film. It was basically a story of this guy who's in a sensory deprivation tank. I think that's what it's called, float tank. And what he's searching for is he's trying to find out whether when we're asleep, he's trying to find out whether what we experience when we're asleep, i.e. dreams and stuff, whether they are as real as the waking world, you know, when you're awake, the real world as we'd call it. And he's exploring that concept to find out whether, you know, it's just as real when you're asleep, and whether you visit other dimensions. Actually, when I say it out loud like that, it is Lovecraftian. It really is. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking saying that. Yeah, so he's exploring the concept of where we go when we sleep. You know what I mean? And he does it in various ways. I.e., the float tank. He experiments with drugs, the ayahuasca, with some Mexican tribe. And there's some real sort of stark imagery in it of what he experiences when he's in these states, altered states. There you go. When he's in this altered states of consciousness. It's pretty good, and what he seems to find is that he starts regressing back into like sort of Neanderthal man, and like I think he describes it as the first proto-human or something. And what he finds is that when he goes back, his mind regresses when he's in the float tank. It actually he gets physical symptoms of the state of mind he's in, like, and it's only for a short like time after he comes out of the float tank, but he like the first sign of it is he's got like his arm starts bubbling up and like it's almost like muscle growing. And they do a X-ray on his skull, and the doctor's X-ray says it's like the skull of a gorilla. So yeah, he obviously starts exhibiting physical symptoms of his state of mind, and it's pretty good. There's a scene in it, right? I mean, obviously the Neanderthal part isn't, I would consider, Lovecraftian in the slightest, but there's this scene where he comes out of the flotation tank. He's gone in there and experimented on his own. He shouldn't really be doing it. He's gone in there on his own late at night, and he re-emerges from the float tank as like probably the first human. He's like a small ape, smaller than his stature in real life. And there was this one scene, right? Because there's the caretaker that's working down in this, like, it's like a hospital, but it's not strictly a normal hospital. It's like an experimentation hospital. And the caretaker hears a noise, and he comes down and he sees this little ape creature. It's not scary, but it's quite sort of shocking. And there was this one scene that I'll tell you, I felt a bit of fear. It was when the caretaker's trying to get away. He's running away from this ape thing, and he's running up these stairs, and suddenly the ape creature appears at the bottom of the stairs, and he chases him up. And it was really made me fearful for about 10 seconds. And yeah, I won't let you know whether he gets away or not. But it was a really good moment. Simple. I thought I'd mention it because it stuck out in my mind. But anyway, near the end of the film, the forms he regresses into, he regresses back even further to, like, he turns into this like blobby shape of like, it's like a real ugly sort of just blob thing. I'm guessing that's showing, you know, the evolution of mankind and, you know, where it came from, really. Sort of like a, not really a shape you can describe. But yeah, that happens to him, and he gets brought back from the brink of where he's almost turned into nothingness to never be able to return. He gets saved from it by one of his colleagues, and he comes back. And basically, that's basically the story. Some good imagery in it, though. Some good imagery. It's a good theme for a film to investigate. I think it's definitely worth a look. It's not amazing. It's not bad though. So middle of the road. So yeah, check it out if you can. And that's pretty much all I've got to say about it. Yeah. Anyway, cheerio for now.